Hello, this is Ray, one of the program presenters in the Acheson Planetarium at Cranbrook Institute of Science, with a look at the pre-dawn sky for the week of August 24th. The two planets in our morning sky at 5 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time are Mars and Venus. Mars is due south on the 25th. It's 54 degrees above the horizon and is almost at its highest altitude in the sky for the year. We can't miss brilliant Venus in the east. Venus is becoming more lighted by the sun, and it'll look like a quarter moon through a telescope. On August 26th, Venus is 10 degrees, or the width of a fist, to the right of the star Pollux. Above Pollux is Castor. Castor and Pollux look like they're near each other, but they're not. They just happen to be along our line of sight. They represent the heads of Gemini, the twins, but these two stars aren't twins at all. Castor is also known as Alpha Geminorum. The brightest star in a constellation is usually given the designation of Alpha, but not in this case. Pollux, or Beta Geminorum, is slightly brighter than Castor. German astronomer Johann Bayer assigned the designations around 300 years ago, and it's possible that the brightness of the two stars changed over the centuries. Castor is about 370 million years old. It looks like a single star to the naked eye, but it's a multiple star system. Even a small telescope can show Castor's two main components. It was known to be a double star in 1718, and it's possible that Italian astronomer Giovanni Cassini saw the two members 40 years earlier in 1678. Castor is more than just a two-star system. It's a complex system of 6 stars comprised of 3 double stars. The 2 main stars are blue-white, and the other 4 are cool red dwarfs. This sextuplet is about 51 light-years away from us. Pollux, the brighter star in Gemini, is a single, cooler orange-yellow giant. It's closer to us than Castor. Pollux is about 34 light-years distant, and it's the closest giant star to the Sun. It's almost 9 times the diameter of the Sun and has just under 2 times our Sun's mass. Pollux is around 725 million years old. A planet has been discovered orbiting Pollux. It had been suspected to exist in 1993 and was confirmed in 2006. It has more than 2 times the mass of Jupiter. The International Astronomical Union has named it Theseus. In Greek mythology, Theseus was a goddess and the mother of Pollux. Theseus has a nearly circular orbit around Pollux. It completes one circuit in 590 days, or 1.6 Earth years. Its distance from Pollux is about the same distance as Mars is from the Sun. Theseus is one of the closest of the more than 4,000 known exoplanets. There are many interesting deep sky objects in Gemini. One of the best known is M35. M35, also known as NGC 2168, is an open star cluster. It's number 35 on Messier's list, but it was discovered by a Swiss astronomer in 1745 when Messier was a boy of 14 or 15. It covers an area about the size of the full moon. Nearby is a more compact cluster called NGC 2158. M35 is just bright enough to be seen with the naked eye in a dark sky, but binoculars will help spot it. It's located about 2,800 light-years away. It has about 2,500 stars spread over an area of about 30 light-years. It's relatively young, 150 million years old. NGC 2158 is more than 12,000 light-years away. It's only visible in telescopes. It's more than 10 times older than M35. NGC 2158's bright blue stars have died and is dominated by older yellowish stars. There's a planetary nebula in Gemini named NGC 2392. It's called a planetary nebula because objects like this resemble the disk of a planet when seen through a telescope. This one resembles the head of a person wearing a parka. This nebula was discovered by astronomer William Herschel in 1787. It's the remains of a star near the end of its life. It's puffed off its outer atmosphere into space. There are unusual filaments that span light years in the outer disk. NGC 2392 is about 6,500 light years away. It can be spotted with a small telescope. There is another planetary nebula in Gemini called the Medusa Nebula. It's named for the mythological Greek monster. Flowing filaments of gas could represent Medusa's hair before it was transformed into hissing snakes. The nebula is a transformation of a red giant star into a white dwarf as the outer atmosphere expands into space. The nebula is about 4 light years across and is at a distance of 1,500 light years. There are many more objects of interest in Gemini, and one of the best meteor showers of the year radiates from Gemini in mid-December. But soon the sun will be rising. Sunrise on the 24th is at 6:50 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At the end of the week, the 30th, sunrise is at 6:56. Thanks for visiting and keep looking up.